you mentioned that you set up a 4 gigawatt facility and 80% women. Did you guys just randomly come up 80%, or was there why not 100%? And then what support did you get from the state regarding this project? And you put up this facility in Tirunelveli, if I'm not wrong, right? So it'll be nice if you could share some thoughts, some positive effects from the state, and also what could be improved. You should just mention it.
So two things. One, you said why 80% and why not 100%, and then support from the state. I think I'll quickly answer that, Kanishka. So why 80% was not just a number. Yes, it was a vision of our CEO and MD, as I mentioned, that we must do 80%. But I want to share an interesting anecdote, and it just underlines the importance of involving leaders and managers in the process of arriving at the number, that how much really do you want to recruit. So, when we started off, we just went to the leaders and managers and said that, okay, how much do you think should be the percentage of women in the workforce? They said 40. I think 40 should be fine. We've never done this. We are going from 0 to 40. That's a very large number. It's almost, unmanageable. So what we did, and a lot of HR folks would be in the audience. We actually went to the shop floor along with all the managers, and I, with my team of a few women, walked the shop floor process by process. And then we asked questions in a very, not an intimidating manner, that can this be done by a woman and a man, and why not can this job be done by a woman? Every process we asked them, except for a few where there was, a lot of weight to be picked up for a longer period of time. Most of the jobs could have been done by women. And here we were thinking we can't go beyond 40. At the end of it, when we created our workforce plan, we arrived at 80%. And in fact, in our cell plant, it became 90%. So what started as 40, which was just an initial estimate given by them, after this walk across the shop floor, talking to them, asking these questions, that 40 became 80 and 90 respectively. Those 10-20% jobs were those where you really required a lot of manual intervention, and we felt that probably men could do that better, and that's how we arrived at it, really. In terms of support, I must say the key to our success, and I can't say success, it's too early to say success, but whatever we have done so far is our association and partnership with the government. I think that is the one single most important thing that has happened for us right from the start. We realized that we as Tata Power have the strength of skilling, and the government would have the strength of reaching out to the last mile, to the rural areas, to all the women that exist in Tamil Nadu who want to participate in the manufacturing sector. So we actually partnered very well. The district administration did a job fair exclusively for Tata Power. We had over 5,000 women who walked in across disciplines in the job fair. We were actually amazed at the response that came in, because they had done so much work at the grassroots level. And out of that, about 2,500 went through the process of selection, and we offered about 1,000 women in that job fair. But right from then to, partnering with the district, partnering with Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation, Tamil Nadu Women's Development Corporation, guidance, of course. So mobilization, skilling, and now as we speak, we are working on internship models where we will bring in women for internship on our manufacturing shop floor. So I think I must say that without their support and without the state support, we would not have been able to achieve what we did. It was a massive task, and I think it was a very, 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 very fruitful and meaningful partnership that took place.
Thank you. What should they improve?
I think recently I was in Chennai also discussing what Usha spoke about in terms of infrastructure. At the moment, Kanishka, we have two things that we do in terms of infrastructure. One is, of course, housing. So we are already working with SIPCOT on building, housing for women, workforce there. The other thing that would be good to have is bus infrastructure, because right now we run buses. I must also share that along with buses, we have we have installed what we call a software called Move in Sync. Now that allows us last mile tracking, whether a lady was dropped to her doorstep or not. And if not, and if we don't get a confirmation, a call goes to their family saying whether they've reached or not. So we do that, but that's run totally by the organization. We run transport across the different rural areas that we have recruited from. But I think creating that transportation infrastructure would help. I think that input we had given, and you also covered that, Usha. Apart from the other aspects you mentioned, that's the only area I think we need support. But otherwise, I have seen tremendous support coming. And more than support, I think it's a lot of openness to ideas.
Sure.
Whenever we've gone back and said, can we do this? I've never heard from them saying we can't do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great thing. And it's really a joy working in the
Yeah.
state.
I think
Thank you.